question, may programming and game development ba sa MMA? This one is very basic, although it killed us already. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. Ika here. You're in The Designer Life with Ika. And so I'm back with another multimedia related vlog, and I'm here to compile all the questions you have sent me in Instagram, in the comment section, and wherever you send me those messages. I'm really happy that you guys are actually talking to me and asking me, and that means, I guess, so how you're watching the video and your questions are not answered in the video, so you're asking me more. It seems like I'm like an approachable person, something that it makes me comfortable. So I'm happy you guys are sending a lot of questions and you're commenting on those videos. I thought that it's quite all over the place, and so I wanted to compile all those questions, and maybe may mga tao dito na may mga same questions din sila in mind. I'm here to just lay down all the questions you have sent me and answer them. Dami ko sinabi, let's just go start, and here's the Q&A. Alright, so first question, will I find a job after I graduate? Yes, you will find a job after you graduate. Multimedia arts, I would always say, is a wide range. And so you can take on jobs related to photography, video editing, graphic design, film, animation, marketing, and social media marketing right now, digital marketing, content creation, content writing. So it's really broad. You would have a lot of opportunities to try different roles when you have graduated with multimedia arts. And I think that question would lead to another vlog of mine. Arts, I guess, is not so widely accepted as a career choice in the Philippines. And so if you're worried that you might not have, enough money or a good salary with being an arts graduate, I guess you're wrong. In different types of jobs also, there would be employers who would give good pay, who would have an okay pay, a high pay, a low pay, and it would just be a matter of looking for that right company that could pay you the right price, or looking for clients that could pay you at the right price. But there are seriously a lot of opportunities in the art field. Next question, how much money will I spend in the course? When I was in college, it was quite pricey, yes. Aside from your tuition fee in school, you would have to buy your own, of course, materials. Sometimes you can borrow equipment. I'm not sure how much it is right now, but way back it was about 60 to 70,000, I guess, per term, plus with all the materials that you need. For first year, you would need a lot of traditional art materials, crazy hardware stuff, because sometimes you need to do sculpting. Next would be investing on equipment like camera, your mic, your lights, your drawing tablets. Although some people, they just really borrow. They really borrow in school. But I don't know during the pandemic how things are doing right now, how they could borrow or you need your own equipment. The course is actually pricey. The passion is quite pricey. But I would say as a student, try as much as possible to be resourceful. Try a lot of DIYs or makeshift. Next question, okay ba mag-MMA kung into film ka? If you're just into film, videography, editing, ayaw mo ng ibang aspects, katulad ng animation, graphic design, gusto mo lang talaga mag-focus na gumawa ng mga pelikula, I think go for film. Benilde has also just a course for film. Of course, more focused on the different aspects that's important to just film. Kasi if you take on MMA, baka mainis ka if hindi ka talaga interested sa ibang course or ibang disciplines. Just go with film. It goes the same with other courses. When you want just animation, then go for animation. If you just want to be a photographer, you want to focus on taking photos for different events, food photography or product shoots, then go for the course photography. What do you focus on drawing? Your syllabus is there to guide your professors, but each class, depending on the professor, would have a different type of project, a different focus based on his own background, based on his own skills. One teacher could be focused on comic drawing, so they would teach you how to draw characters. Maybe one professor who would tell you to draw portraits. The thing is, you'll never know. That's gonna be also the thing in college. I'm not skilled in Adobe. Can I still take MMA? As in, nagda-download lang ako ng free softwares para magawa ko yung mga kailangan ko. Mga pic collage, yung mga free apps lang sa laptop, sa phone. Kasi I feel like Adobe is so complicated. When you look at the screen, when you look at the interface, parang nakaka-overwhelm siya. And when I entered college, that's the first time that I actually opened the Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. Pero tuturuan kayo ng basics, and yes, you can take on MMA without having any knowledge about Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, or whatever Adobe and other apps. Actually, they will actually spoon-feed you for all these apps. Next one, I want to be a photographer, can I take MMA? So it's the same thing as with the film. If you want, just photography, focus on photography, just take that course alone. Next one, my programming and game development ba sa MMA? During my time, the programming, 6 subjects for 3 terms. Actually, very basic HTML. And then they would want you to focus on design, of course, CSS. The back end for PHP, JavaScript, it wasn't really much, but you could create like databases, you can code a few things. But mostly for us, I think that MMA would be more comfortable with just doing the design, not hard coding it, but using WordPress. And for game development, gumawa kami ng game, pero very simple lang siya eh. One more was creating an app. For other people, magaganda yung games na nagawa nila. They're into game development, but I wasn't into game development, so hindi talaga siya yung pinag-isipan na game. Yung tipo mo press ka lang ng answer, then you're done. Mostly like that. But other people would have it, choosing their avatars. The game development was very short. I'm not so sure with the new syllabus or the new curriculum right now. What's the difference of MMA, fine arts, and advertising? So I get a lot of questions like this. Let's start with fine arts. Fine arts, it's more on traditional art, drawing, painting, sculpting, and also art direction. In multimedia arts, you have your traditional art in your freshman year. So you would need those your fundamentals for your digital design. So you would then go to and transition to digital art. And aside from teaching you the execution part, you would also be taught the pre-planning about thinking, brainstorming, creating marketing plans that could help you in execution. That is actually the basis for your collaterals. If we focus on just marketing and advertising, it's more on communication plans, strategic planning, public relations, forming relationships with your audience, your clients, with your customers, creating strategies on how to sell more, and that's usually the pre-process and the post-process of the execution of collaterals. There may be a bit of background in digital art and editing collaterals. It's not as detailed or in-depth as multimedia arts. And the same with multimedia arts, their marketing is not as in-depth as the advertising or marketing course. Why is it called multimedia arts? If we take on engineering type of courses like programming and computer science. So programming may seem to be very technical, but there's also the design aspect. The web developer or the back end could be different from the front end programmer. Back end meaning the features, how it should work, how things should be moving. I don't know how to explain it. And then the front end would be the design. And so in multimedia arts, in the programming, you have a bit of the back end, but mostly the front end. It's not comparable with, IT or computer technology, computer science. It has more in-depth back-end programming that could make you die. And this one is very basic, although it kills us already. Next one, is it alright for non-creative people to take MMA? A lot of people would say that you should be creative so that you could, be an artist. But sometimes It also comes from experience. When you get exposed to creative people, to the creative world, you get to adapt to those and you get to learn. For innately creative people, it may be faster, their growth can be faster, the progress may be faster, but you can always learn in your own pacing. Don't know anything about design, you don't have to worry, because you would get to absorb all those things like a sponge, and then you would be creative. What is the hardest part in studying MMA? I'm into graphic design, I'm into video and photography, but I'm never into drawing, so animation and drawing characters is very difficult for me. The difficulty might differ from person to person, but what's the same is that you're going to have a hard time in one aspect and you're going to have an easy time in another. Basically, what's difficult is you have to really learn in a quick pace, even though you're not good in that aspect or you don't want to study that aspect. You have to keep up with, with the trend of trimester in Benilde. You have to be quick paced, you have to learn really quick how to draw well and to animate well. And so those are mostly the questions you've sent. I guess it's actually really repetitive. I hope this is quite helpful for you guys. But if you still have more questions that were unanswered, please do comment them down below and I'm gonna be happy to answer them and reply to them. I'm gonna be thinking of more content for the designer life, and I hope you guys stay tuned and subscribe to my channel if you wanna see more. I'm gonna try my best to keep on making different types of content that could be useful for you guys. This has been the end and see you guys next time. This has been Ika. See you in my next vlog.